Happy New Year. Welcome to Carrow Road, where Norwich City have beaten Derby County 3-0 to kick off their 2017. Myself, Paddy Davitt, were watching. Fine style, Pad. Two games in a row that Norwich have picked up points for the first time since mid-October. Woof.
Yeah, no, it's certainly feels nicer. Sat here, exactly where Alex Neil was sat about half an hour ago, and he looked like a man who'd finally enjoyed that because, we saw it at the start of the game. I think it was ripe for turning really again. I think we were in Huddersfield territory, a few misplaced passes, not quite showing the urgency they needed, given the situation they're in. But thank God for Nelson.
Thank God for Nelson. Yeah, those first 10-15 minutes were very scratchy and almost shambolic in the way that some things were happening. Nelson Oliveira wasn't too fussed about it. He just said it was 50-50, and then we scored and everything was great. Hat-trick hero Nelson, perfect hat-trick too, left foot, right foot, one on the head, and that's such a difference to have someone who's scoring goals, because it would be hard to pick up on many positives. He's almost talismanic in terms of what he's doing for them.
Yeah, 7-7, and the frustration is, of course, everybody probably saw Brentford and the amount of chances that fell to Jerome that night, and none really, certainly of that quality, to Nelson. And you just think, again, you've seen it today, but even what he'd done prior to that, if any of those had fell to him, I think A, they'd have gone in, and B, that would have probably been a win, so things would have looked even better. Obviously nobody's trying to downplay what's gone before. It's been pretty wretched stuff, and the table doesn't lie really at this stage. I think they've gone back up to 9th now, 5 points away from the playoffs, but that, to be honest, for me, that's for another day now. It was literally just coming back to Carrow Road, where we all know how it ended against Huddersfield, and the reaction of the fans, particularly to Alex Neil, that they just needed that type of result and display, and they got it, and everybody goes home happier tonight.
I can't even remember if I said the score, but it did finish 3-0. It's the second clean sheet in 2 games as well. And I mean, he did change to a back 4 again, which I think was always going to happen because of the way Derby play. And it probably felt like it'd be the right decision as long as Norwich's performance was there. And defensively, were you happy with them?
Yeah, no, well, as you say, clean sheet, can't argue with that. John Ruddy's made an excellent stop, and worth reiterating, because obviously inevitably a lot of the headlines and the focus will be on Oliveira and what happened at the top end of the pitch. But, it was 1-0 at that point. Self-inflicted. Johnny Alson gives the ball away, and Tom Ince goal bound, and it was Ruddy at his best. And I know there's a debate that probably his best days are behind him now. Time waits for no man, but that was vintage Ruddy. That reaction stop, then pounced on the follow up, and the reality is now, looking back with the benefit of hindsight, that was every bit as key as anything Nelson Oliveira did. So much maligned back line, whoever the personnel have been, they haven't seemed able to shut up shop. But against the team, let's not be downplaying it at all. I know they had Butterfield sent off for the last 20-25 minutes, but this was a team who came here unbeaten in 10. I think they'd had about 7 or 8 clean sheets, as we're talking about clean sheets. So it's a good benchmark, and that probably is where the frustration lies, that Norwich have turned that on totally emphatic, one-sided, even before the sending off, against one of the better teams in the division. Where's that been for the last 2 months?